verifying that tangent of theta plus cotangent of theta over secant of theta times cosecant of theta equals 1. To verify this identity, we start with a more complicated side, which is the left-hand side. The left-hand side is tangent of theta plus cotangent of theta over secant of theta times cosecant of theta. It is recommended that we rewrite every trigonometric expression in terms of sine or cosine. Tangent of theta is sine of theta over cosine of theta. Cotangent of theta is cosine of theta over sine of theta. Secant of theta is 1 over cosine of theta, and cosecant of theta is 1 over sine of theta. This is a complex fraction, so we will need to simplify this. In the numerator, the common denominator of the numerator is cosine of theta times sine of theta. And so we have two terms in the numerator. The common denominator is cosine theta times sine theta, so the first term needs to have sine of theta in the denominator. We then multiply the denominator of the first term with sine of theta, but the golden rule states that if we were to multiply something in the denominator, we would multiply the same in the numerator. Similarly, we would multiply cosine of theta in the denominator in the second term and cosine of theta in the numerator. These are known as the well-chosen one. We chose these for a purpose. The numerator of the numerator is therefore sine of theta squared, or sine squared theta, plus cosine of theta, the quantity squared, or cosine squared theta. But this is the numerator only. In the denominator, we do not need to find the common denominator because this is a multiplication, so we just simply multiply across. 1 times 1 is 1. Cosine theta times sine theta is cosine theta, sine theta. And this is the denominator. Looking at this, we see that in the numerator, we have sine squared theta plus cosine squared theta. We see the identity, the basic Pythagorean identity. We keep cosine theta, sine theta, and then over 1 over cosine theta times sine theta. And then this is a fraction divided by a fraction. So we would take the numerator 1 over cosine of theta times sine theta, multiply the reciprocal of the denominator, which is cosine theta times sine theta over 1. And we cancel out, leaving it with 1, but 1 is the right-hand side. We start with the left-hand side. We perform algebraic manipulation along with any prior known trigonometric identities, and we arrived at the right-hand side. By doing so, we verified the identity.